What up, y'all? I'm back with another review and a bit of a bad hair day, but I'm here to review the newest studio album from Lupe Fiasco entitled Drill Music in Zion. This is Lupe's 8th studio album. This will be the 3rd Lupe album that I'm reviewing, I believe. I remember reviewing Jogus Wave back in 2018, which I really enjoyed. I also enjoyed Jogus, but that was Wave in 2018. Yeah, okay. And in 2017, he dropped Jogus Light. With Jogus Wave, it was more cohesive, a more focused kind of concept album, almost like Tetsuo and Youth back in 2015, which I should review that myself, unless I have and have forgotten about reviewing that. That was like January of 2015 when that dropped. With Jogus Wave, he alluded to how it was more focused. It was more so what you would expect from Lupe. It was to be more enjoyable for his hardcore, diehard fans, more so than Jogus Light was, because he said that Jogus Light was more so like it was more poppy. It was more accessible. It was supposed to reach a broader audience in a sense. He kind of alluded to how it's like it was a bit dumbed down for that purpose. And Lupe, he kind of has, with comments like that, he does have a way of, and even without comments like that, Lupe's personality, in a sense, he has a way of rubbing people the wrong way, whether it be on his own tracks or it be in interviews, be in features that he's on. He just has a way of rubbing people the wrong way, and I can see that. It's never really been a problem for me, but I can see how that would rub some people the wrong way with certain comments, and how he would even say that about his own album. He didn't necessarily call it a throwaway album. He didn't call it trash. I mean, he put it out there, so I hope he wouldn't think it's trash. But he did say that this was more so for more accessible, more easier to listen to, dumbed down, I think, given what I think he's trying to say here. But with Jogus Wave, it was more so like Tetsuo and Youth and what you expect from Lupe. And Drill Music in Zion is of that same ilk, coming off of Jogus Wave. And which is to my surprise, given what the title of the album is. But let's go ahead and get right into this review. I've already written it. It's on okaythough.com, which seems to be commonplace for me now. I just write the reviews, or draft them, write them up, post it, and then I read them and read them off, and that's the video review. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. The first track is The Lion's Dean featuring Aisha Jaco. Aisha is Lupe's sister. Just talking about drill music, pop that pill music, kill music, and how it all contributes to the degradation of Black Chicago. And just more death, and just talking about how lions became alley cats who traded in their baseball bats for gats that spat the blood of young black men all over multiple concrete jungles throughout the country. I really just take this as an ode to blackness. The next track, Goatee. The somberness of this beat matches Lupe's cadence and subject matter. I love the Assassin's Creed references. That speaks to the blurred in me. The beat just sounds like something that Altair and Ezio would or should be roaming around to. It's really the second verse that does it for me, though. There's just so many quotables. Assassin's Creed lasso to the hammer squeeze. Thor and Wonder Woman bat out the apple trees, or like Adam and Eve happened at Applebee's. Y'all can go half on a sample platter. You can have a cheese. Battered covered data with added tease. Giant leaps, beware that landing ladder leads. Where that landing ladder leads. Because you can walk up there, but don't take off your mask and try to talk up there. Because ain't no screams in space. Egyptian museum, they keep the kings in crates. Thrones out on loan, and they keep the rings in safes. You decide apple pie or the fries come with the snake. Prosperous gospel got all choirs all on the case. Poverty pimping angel wings flies on our face. Wave a K until they die and then ride all on their wake. Shooting track on the track, I ride all on the freights. Look, I'm shoestring, they say you can't escape when rich. It's just a bigger plate they catching bait with fish. There's a genius annotation below where goatee is derived from a popular joke regarding the English language and its phonetic inconsistency. Which, yeah, that is definitely the case. If you pronounce the GH like you do in enough, like, or in the O like in woman, and the ch in nation, the TI, it would be pronounced just like fish. It's like, clever. The next track, Autobottle, featuring Naira. It's a banger, but it's not drill. And this is what I more so expected from Lupe coming into the album, that it was just titled Drill Music in Zion. Like I said, Lupe has a way of rubbing people the wrong way, and I thought this album might be a troll. Even though looking at the album cover, it looks a lot like Tetsuo Nyu's album cover, just beautiful mural. And with this track, like I said, I expected the album to be pretty much the whole album to be like this. Well, more so drill, but this was a banger, but again, not drill. But yeah, this is what I expected the album to be. He's flexing here, but he's standing up for himself per usual. Well, not, but he's standing up for himself per usual. He is standing up for himself per usual, whether that be in defense of himself in the courts of hip-hop or socially, personally. And Naira began singing after the beat transition, which was really wonderful. And I'm referring to both, her vocalization and the beat transition. Actually, I'm referring to all three. Her vocalization, the beat transition itself, and what it transitioned into and how it rolled on out. Now, the next track, Precious Things. The subject matter here is about how some of the precious things that we love and cherish have a way of turning on us, like friends. Lupe touches on gentrification and the unfair treatment of black folk when he says things like how we aren't used to write the raps anymore, and how it's like you couldn't do more to keep us out the handcuffs. It's like we only matter when fans is putting their hands up. And he's right. The next track, Kiosk. Here, Lupe is offering a different point of view to a young brother who's in the mall looking for something to flex and who may even want to rap. He lets him know about the evils of capitalism, consumerism, how deceptive it can all be, deceptions in general, and how essential social responsibility is, and how the rap game isn't all that it looks. And he lets the brother know that everyone is equal in the middle of the mall, from the princes, the emperors, the criminals, and even the ball players and rappers. And then he later touches on societal phenomenons, goes more into it in a broader detail in a sense. Not really much of a beat to speak on here. It's almost like it's poetry over piano, which that's great. Now the next track, Miss Mural. Lupe really brought out his one of his bigger brushes for this one, being that it's one of the longest tracks on the album. He touches on the lack and destruction of soul and various forms of art today, while relaying it via an interaction between a painter and a patron. And the quotables are endless. If you had to paint the gutter, which color would you choose? Said the patron to the painter. The painter said the blues. Do you act off intuition or languish in peruse? More like tap into tradition from the angle of my mood. The next, not to sound shamanistic, but there's medicine in pain. It gets kinetic if you let it. There's a fetish in its strength. A section of the waist that lacks direction or a base, you lose all of the plots for the affections of a race. Man does not become superior because you connect him to an ape, nor does he become inferior because you connect him to an ape. Wait, could you connect him to a cape? Man does not become superior because you connect him to a cape, nor does he become inferior because you connect him to an ape. I never wanted my life to become a collection of some dates and holiday my days away and intellectually sedate. It's not really a beef, but conceptually it's a steak. Like, do genitals and gender roles successfully conflate? That's Lupe, man. Shit. Next track is Naomi, and this beat sounds like what I've come to expect Lupe to flow on, just what I've heard over the years. He talks about how even Christ took a knife for his team, and how Malcolm's rhetoric, amongst other things, got him watched and killed. And he uses these historical examples as a way of touching on how there are folk out there, they who want a slice of your dreams, and that we need to protect ourselves and our energy while still being willing to take one for the team. Now, the next track, the title track, is Drill Music in Zion. Lupe just wants a change and an end to especially the reasons for drill music in Zion existing in the first place. He talks metaphorically about literally, well, metaphorically and literally running out of water, while also questioning authority, pondering a conspiracy theory, thoughts of replacing a Congress, wondering about the price of conscience, etc. There was a quotable here where he said, it was on the chorus. These episodes of the soul make me cold, past the remote control, can't make a hole for all the drill music in Zion. And by the second verse, he gets rather cutthroat about his frustrations in regards to inequality, and I am 100% with it. I'm here for it, no question. Here he says, now there are those that resolute and direct, got caught, fought, lost, and electrocuted to death. Came a little late for the rescue in the flesh. DNA exonerates posthumously whatever's left. No resurrection, but reputation's correct. The revelation brings decorated regrets. All due respect, it's not really about fair. Collective sigh, because the real serial killer's out there. Probably calling up police, complaining about his neighbors, or just walking on the beach. Why should he have such views of the ocean and not be hanging from the gallows with his neck neatly broken? I let it soak in, then I put the soap in, then I put the boats in, then I played with both them. The hot tub's now looking like a yacht club, make sure I got all the shoes like a bot does. Neighbor is pissed, tell the cops if he wants to bathe like a sailor, live on a container ship. I party all night and the banging is intense, cause I know exactly what you did and you gonna pay for it, you bitch. It's like, I told you I'm here for it. The next track is Seattle, featuring Nair again. We're back to a bit of a banger again, but it's not drill. The beat is a bit melancholic actually, and the importance of self-improvement and integrity is highlighted here. And Lupe flows about how these two subjects are essential for him to keep his promise to the streets. Here's a quotable here. To see my vampires in the sunlight, to look my eye right in the sun's, and bring all my knives to the gunfight. One life, live 100 ways, but never break it down like gun bites. If done right, you'll be unliked, but you'll be unlike. Right. On the next track, on Fox Now. Not the next track, it's actually the final track. And I'm not gonna lie, when I saw the title of this track, I thought this was gonna be like a diss at Fox News, which Lupe has done before, just not in the song. It's just more so when he just speaks in general, interviews, whatever. So he closes the album expressing that he hopes that the lyrics that the drill rappers spit are just lies and that none of them come true, whether they past, present, or future. Like, he hopes they're lies and he hopes that it's not really happening and he hopes that these things never happen, even though he knows that some of this has really happened. Like, rappers die too much is literally the first verse. That's it. Then the second verse, he said, yeah, silent reflection was the first verse's mission. I ain't want to water it down with a whole bunch of conditions. Just give it to you raw how a nigga really feeling. Rappers get shot too much, probably has a lot more precision. But that was the decision, and with that, I'm a stick. I don't really support niggas because the shit be making me sick. Look at what we say in this bitch just to get rich. Shoot a nigga right in the head, don't even flinch. And then on the third verse, he briefly talks about seeing the world, but it's what I'm about to read to you that really just does it for me. I wish that they was lying in their raps. How does that transpire? To be so damned by God, you want your friends to be goddamn liars. All we talk about are our goddamn priors, shiny metal boxes on top of goddamn tires. I'm goddamn tired. If I say I didn't indulge, my pants would be on goddamn fire because I'm a part of the problem. Sometimes the P, sometimes the problem. Fame, all in the name of martyrdom. I wish that you were lying. What's the difference between a posthumous album and a life insurance policy? Spotify. $1's worth what $1 buy. Go monetize. And then the fourth verse. Giving you a fourth, want to make up for the first, only because I know that you can take another verse. Want the Quran to be a lie because hell sounds like it hurts. Also want it to be real because heaven sounds like it's turned. Wear my conscience like a condom because I don't want to be burnt. Wear my diamond like it's armor because I don't want to return. To the wheel of the quivering meat conception, sometimes I hide inside Kirak for protection. From the Thanksgiving where bears attacking the dressing like Tekken, just lean back and tear into that refreshment. Sometimes real life parallaxes and depression. That's real. Maybe not. Maybe just chill. Maybe not die. Maybe just kill. Maybe survive making a meal. Greetings wavy, but wavy don't make you a Navy SEAL. And that's it. And I must say, Lupe dropped one of the better / best albums that his discog has to offer with this album, Drill Music in Zion, which, in my opinion, probably his best since Tetsuo and Youth. And this socially conscious album is needed and essential in these times, not just for the Shy, but for all the concrete jungles across Black America, and just for Black folk around the world. So good on the OG for this. I really enjoyed it, and I definitely recommend that you check it out if you haven't heard it. If you have heard it, let me know what you think about it in the comment section below, and of course what you think about my review. And that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to hit the like button if you liked this review. Hit the dislike button if you disliked it. Share the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new and like the content that you see. Check the description because all of my links are down there. And again, I appreciate every single one of you that watches. And that's pretty much it. Thank y'all for watching, and I will see y'all next time.